Chaos of everyday life, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, as if you're sinking in a constant wave of stress and uncertainty. Yet, even in the middle of the storm, there is a way to remain calm. A path toward inner stillness that has endured for centuries. Imagine this. No matter what life throws at you, career pressure, personal struggles, unexpected setbacks, you remain steady, composed, and grounded. This isn't wishful thinking. This is the heart of Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches us how to govern our emotions, control our reactions, and live with clarity and purpose. Today we're exploring the core of Stoic wisdom, 10 timeless principles that can reshape how you face life's challenges. These ideas aren't abstract or theoretical. They are practical tools meant to be applied daily to build resilience, discipline, and inner strength. Whether you're dealing with a difficult relationship, feeling crushed by responsibility, or searching for deeper meaning, Stoicism offers powerful insights to help you rise above it all. Stay with me as we walk through these teachings, from discovering a firm purpose in life to mastering emotional control. Each principle is a stepping stone toward a life where external events no longer control your inner peace. By the end of this video, you'll have the understanding and tools to cultivate calm confidence no matter what life places in your path. So let's begin this journey together and uncover how ancient Stoic wisdom can lead to unshakable tranquility and genuine happiness. If you find value in this content, a simple, free way to support the channel is to subscribe and make sure you watch until the end. Now imagine setting sail across a vast ocean now with no destination in sight. You drift aimlessly, at the mercy of every shifting wind and wave. This is what life feels like without a firm purpose, directionless, unstable, and easily shaken. Epictetus emphasized the importance of having a clear purpose. He said, "Difficulties reveal a person's character, and the greater the difficulty, the greater the glory in overcoming it." This isn't just philosophy. It's a call to action. A firm purpose acts like a compass, guiding you through life's most turbulent moments. It doesn't appear by accident. It's forged through deep reflection on what truly matters to you. It's not limited to career goals or personal success. It's about the values and principles you choose to build your life around. What do you stand for? What kind of person do you want to become? These are the questions that lead you to a firm purpose. Once defined, that purpose becomes an anchor keeping you grounded amid chaos. Challenges will still arise. That's unavoidable. But with a clear purpose, obstacles feel lighter. What once seemed overwhelming becomes a step forward. When your values are clear, even the biggest challenges shrink into manageable parts of a meaningful journey. This inner strength, cultivated through Stoic discipline, cannot be easily broken. A firm purpose is never accidental. It's the result of deliberate, honest reflection on what truly drives you. This requires time and courage. You must look beyond surface desires and temporary pleasures to uncover what genuinely moves you. This process may demand change, letting go of old habits, embracing new perspectives, and redefining your direction. It's a lifelong journey of self-alignment. Once your purpose is rooted deeply within you, the next step is diligence, protecting and nurturing it daily. This means perseverance, showing up even when motivation fades, continuing forward through failure and doubt. A firm purpose isn't a final destination. It's a guiding light. Like a beacon in the dark, it offers direction, stability, and reassurance. When life tries to pull you off course, your purpose becomes a lifeline keeping you afloat, above emotional turmoil and adversity. This is the true power of Stoicism. It isn't merely a set of rules for how to live, it's a deep understanding of will, discipline, and determination. Epictetus reminds us that real power lies in our ability to remain committed to our purpose, regardless of external obstacles. Through the lens of Stoic philosophy, nothing is truly impossible, and nothing can disturb a resilient spirit. Take time to reflect deeply on your purpose. Write it down. Internalize it. Let it become your guide. A firm purpose becomes your anchor, your beacon, your steady guide through life's storms. When someone offends us, the instinctive reaction is to feel hurt and seek retaliation. But this is where Stoicism offers one of its most powerful lessons. Our emotions are shaped by our thoughts and personal interpretations. This means we always have a choice in how we respond. Instead of allowing offense to consume us, we can view it as an opportunity to strengthen patience and self-awareness. Think of it this way. Every time you resist reacting impulsively, you're strengthening a mental muscle. You're training your mind to stay calm and composed no matter the circumstance. Mental discipline isn't just a skill. It's an art that requires daily practice. Start with small habits that restore control over your thoughts. Set achievable goals each day. Every completed task, no matter how small, builds confidence and reinforces your ability to govern your mind. Focus on the present moment. Observe your emotions with clarity and curiosity. As you realize that you can choose your reactions, you become more resilient and less influenced by negativity. Consider the example of a baker who dedicates each day to perfecting their craft. They aren't distracted by excessive praise or harsh criticism. Their focus remains on improvement alone. By ignoring external opinions, they achieve mastery, freedom, and inner peace. In the same way, when you guard your mind from outside interference, you create space for genuine growth. Guarding your mind also means setting boundaries. Be mindful of what you allow into your mental space. Just as you wouldn't bring garbage into your home, don't allow negative thoughts, toxic people, or harmful media to pollute your mind. Surround yourself with influences that uplift and inspire. Read books that expand your perspective. Engage in conversations that challenge your thinking. Spend time with people who encourage your growth. Stoicism isn't merely an ancient philosophy. It's a practical guide for modern life. By learning to master our minds and respond to emotions with maturity, we can experience real peace in an unpredictable world. This isn't about suppressing emotions, it's about understanding them and responding in alignment with your values and purpose. One practical method is mindfulness or meditation. These practices increase awareness of your thoughts and emotions, creating a pause between stimulus and response. Within that pause lies your greatest power and freedom. With consistent practice, you train your mind to observe without reacting, giving you greater command over your emotional state. Another essential aspect of guarding the mind is cultivating a growth mindset. See challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to evolve. Rather than seeing difficulties as threats to your comfort, train yourself to view them as opportunities for growth. When challenges arise, remind yourself that every obstacle is a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more disciplined. This simple shift in perspective can completely change how you experience adversity, making you more resilient and less influenced by negativity. Remember, guarding your mind is a lifelong practice. It's about consistently focusing on what you can control: your thoughts, your reactions, and your attitudes. It means rejecting the victim mindset and embracing the role of an active creator of your own experience. The more you practice this approach, the more natural it becomes. Over time, external events lose their power to disturb your inner peace. Epictetus taught that while we cannot control the opinions or actions of others, we always control our response to them. This principle reminds us that even harsh criticism only has as much power as we choose to give it. In today's world, this means accepting that people hold different values and perspectives, many of which may not align with our own. Disagreement is inevitable. So are critical words. What truly matters is how we interpret and respond to them. The first step in handling criticism is deep self-understanding. When you are clear about your intentions, your values, and the reasons behind your actions, criticism loses much of its impact. If you know you're acting in alignment with your principles, negative opinions carry less weight. This self-awareness creates a strong inner foundation that prevents you from being easily shaken by external judgments. When faced with criticism, pause before reacting. Ask yourself whether there is any truth in it. Even harsh feedback can sometimes contain insights that help us improve. This doesn't mean accepting every criticism as valid, but being willing to consider it reflects maturity and strength. Stoicism also emphasizes patience and gentleness. Patience allows you to stay composed instead of reacting impulsively. Gentleness helps preserve relationships, even in disagreement. Think of saints, sages, and ascetics who endured insults and hardship with calm resolve and kindness, never abandoning their chosen path. By practicing patience and gentleness, you can face criticism without allowing it to disturb your inner balance. Handling criticism also requires developing resilience, what some call a thick skin. This doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent. It means understanding that not all criticism is truly about you. Often people project their own fears, frustrations, or insecurities onto others. Recognizing this allows you to depersonalize criticism and protect your self-worth. Remember, you always have the freedom to choose your response. This freedom lies at the heart of Stoic philosophy. Just because someone criticizes you doesn't mean their judgment defines you. You can choose to take what's useful and release the rest. This selective approach enables growth without carrying unnecessary negativity. Another powerful way to handle criticism is through calm, constructive dialogue. If feedback comes from someone close, a friend or family member, consider discussing it openly. Seek clarification. Share your perspective with calmness and respect. This approach can resolve misunderstandings and strengthen relationships through honest communication and mutual respect. Responding to criticism with grace, composure, and openness to learning often inspires others. When people witness this level of emotional maturity, they admire it. You become an example of resilience, self-mastery, and emotional intelligence, living the principles of Stoicism. In everyday life, Epictetus taught that what truly frightens and unsettles us is not the events themselves, but the way we interpret them. When someone offends you, it isn't their words or actions that cause the pain, it's your perception and the meaning you assign to them. In other words, the power has always been within you to decide how deeply an offense affects you. This idea is deeply liberating because it shifts control away from external circumstances and places it firmly within your inner world. Transforming offense does not mean denying your emotions. Feeling hurt or angry is a natural human response. Stoicism teaches us to acknowledge these emotions without allowing them to dominate us. It's about creating space between the stimulus and your response. And within that space lies your freedom, the freedom to respond in alignment with your values and long-term goals. One practical way to transform offense is through cognitive reframing. When you feel offended, pause and try to view the situation from a different perspective. Instead of dwelling on the negativity, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? This doesn't mean agreeing with the offender, but it allows you to extract any useful insight and grow from it. For example, if a friend criticizes your lifestyle choices, rather than taking it personally, consider whether there's any truth in their observation or whether this moment simply strengthens your commitment to your own values. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of empathy. When someone offends you, try to imagine what they might be going through, what struggles, frustrations, or fears could be influencing their behavior. This perspective encourages compassion instead of anger. It's not about excusing harmful behavior, but about recognizing the shared human condition that everyone is fighting unseen battles. Another powerful practice is forgiveness. Holding on to offense and resentment only harms you. It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. When you choose to forgive, you release yourself from the weight of negative emotions. Forgiveness does not mean condoning the offense. It means letting go of its control over you. It's a gift you give yourself, allowing you to move forward with clarity, balance, and peace. Stoic philosophy teaches that real strength comes from facing and overcoming difficulties, not avoiding them. Every offense you encounter is an opportunity to build resilience. Just as muscles grow stronger through resistance, your character strengthens through confronting and transforming offense. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes until external events lose their ability to disturb your inner calm. Remember, transforming offense is a practice. It's not mastered overnight. It requires patience, self-awareness, and a commitment to personal growth. Each time you choose a constructive response, you reinforce a positive habit and make it easier to respond wisely in the future. Epictetus also revealed a profound truth. We are the ones who assign meaning to events, and in doing so, we create fear and shame within ourselves. These emotions are not inherent in situations, they are born from our interpretations. Once you understand this, you gain the power to reshape how you experience fear and shame. Fear often arises from uncertainty or the anticipation of negative outcomes. It's a natural response meant to protect us, but when left unchecked, it can become limiting. Stoicism teaches us to confront fear directly. Rather than avoiding what frightens you, examine it closely. Ask yourself, what am I truly afraid of? Break the fear down into specific concerns. More often than not, fear loses its grip when examined with reason. For instance, if you fear public speaking, that fear may stem from worries about judgment or making mistakes. But when you analyze it, you realize the audience is not there to condemn you, they're there to listen, to learn, and to understand. And even if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Every speaker stumbles at some point. By facing this fear and preparing with intention, you slowly begin to build confidence. Each time you step forward and speak, you chip away at the fear until it becomes smaller and easier to manage. Shame is a deeply rooted emotion that can make us feel flawed or unworthy. It often arises from societal expectations or past mistakes. Stoicism teaches us to confront shame with courage and self-compassion. It's about accepting imperfection and learning from experience rather than allowing mistakes to define who we are. Consider a moment when you feel ashamed of something from your past. Instead of letting that shame grow, face it honestly. Reflect on what happened. Understand why it occurred. Ask yourself, what did this teach me? How can this experience help me grow? Through reflection and learning, shame is transformed from self-loathing into a valuable lesson. Another powerful practice for overcoming shame is self-forgiveness. Holding on to shame keeps you trapped in constant self-criticism. When you forgive yourself, you release that heavy burden and allow yourself to move forward. This doesn't mean excusing mistakes. It means acknowledging them, learning from them, and then letting them go. Self-forgiveness is essential for healing and personal growth. To overcome fear and shame, begin with small and intentional steps. Gradually expose yourself to situations that trigger these emotions. Treat each experience as an opportunity to learn. Over time, you build resilience, and what once caused fear or shame loses its power over you. This process of gradual exposure and thoughtful reflection helps desensitize you to fear and shame, making them far more manageable. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of community and support. Share your fears and feelings of shame with trusted friends, mentors, or guides. Opening up can be deeply freeing. It often brings new perspectives, encouragement, and reassurance. You may discover, that others have faced similar struggles and can offer wisdom and support from their own experience. Epictetus advised, that by imagining potential difficulties ahead of time, we prepare ourselves to face them calmly and thoughtfully. This isn't about pessimism or expecting failure. It's about realism and readiness. When obstacles appear you're not caught off guard, you've already considered how to respond. One practical method for anticipating challenges is called premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of difficulties. This practice involves visualizing potential obstacles and mentally rehearsing your response to them. For example, before an important meeting, you might imagine technical issues, difficult questions, or moments of nervousness. By preparing for these possibilities, you reduce the shock of surprise and maintain greater control. This exercise isn't about dwelling on negativity. It's about strengthening mental resilience. When you've already envisioned how to handle difficulties, you're far less likely to lose your composure when they arise. You become adaptable, calm, and steady hallmarks of Stoic wisdom. Anticipating obstacles also means remaining flexible. Life rarely unfolds exactly as planned. Rigid expectations create stress, while flexibility allows growth. When you accept that plans may change, you adjust more easily and move forward with grace and effectiveness. Another key element of anticipating challenges is maintaining balance. While it's wise to consider potential difficulties, it's equally important to recognize your strengths. Acknowledge the skills, knowledge, and support systems you already possess. These resources equip you to face uncertainty with confidence. This balanced approach ensures that you're prepared without becoming overly anxious or pessimistic. Anticipating obstacles builds patience and perseverance. When you accept that challenges are inevitable, you develop a long-term mindset that values consistency and endurance over instant results. You become more patient with the process and more resilient when setbacks arise. This endurance lies at the core of Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes inner strength and steady perseverance. Regular reflection can further strengthen your ability to anticipate challenges. Take time to review past experiences. Ask yourself, what obstacles did I face? How did I overcome them? What strategies worked? And what could I improve? By learning from experience, you prepare more effectively for future challenges and refine your approach to problem solving. Mindfulness practices can deepen this ability even further. Mindfulness helps you stay present and aware, allowing you to recognize challenges early and respond with intention. It enhances emotional regulation, helping you remain calm, balanced, and centered even in moments of stress. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This simple yet profound truth captures the essence of inner strength. True power does not come from controlling circumstances, but from mastering your inner responses. When adversity appears, whether in the form of criticism from someone close or an unexpected setback, you always retain the freedom to choose your response. That choice shapes your character and defines the direction of your life. Inner strength is developed through self-awareness and deliberate practice. It begins with recognizing your emotions without allowing them to overpower you. This doesn't mean suppressing feelings, it means observing them, understanding where they come from, and responding with clarity. When you become aware of your emotional triggers, you gain greater control over your reactions. This awareness is the foundation of true inner strength. Stoicism also teaches us to clearly distinguish between what is within our control and what is not. This distinction is essential for maintaining inner peace. We cannot control the actions or opinions of others, but we can control our attitudes, choices, and responses. By focusing only on what lies within our control, we conserve energy and reduce unnecessary stress. This shift in perspective is empowering and helps us remain grounded amid external uncertainty. Forgiveness is another vital expression of inner strength. Holding on to resentment and grudges drains emotional energy and clouds judgment. Just as Stoicism teaches self-control, it also encourages forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean excusing harmful behavior. It means releasing its power over you. Building inner strength also means cultivating resilience. Life is filled with highs and lows, and setbacks are unavoidable. What matters is how you interpret them. Every setback is an opportunity to strengthen your character. Each challenge becomes a training ground for resilience and perseverance. Over time, this consistent practice fortifies your inner strength, making you more adaptable and less shaken by life's unpredictability. Stoicism reminds us that strength is not found only within ourselves, but also through connection. Surround yourself with people who uplift, challenge, and inspire you. Engage in meaningful conversations that expand your perspective. If you follow a spiritual practice, draw strength from it. These external sources of support reinforce your inner foundation and provide a deeper sense of purpose and belonging. Practicing gratitude is another powerful way to cultivate inner strength. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is already present. Even in difficult moments, there is always something to appreciate. By consistently acknowledging these positives, you strengthen emotional resilience and maintain balance during adversity. Inner strength also requires embracing vulnerability. Acknowledging fear and insecurity does not make you weak, it makes you human. When you face your vulnerabilities with courage and compassion, they transform into sources of strength. This self-acceptance is essential for living with authenticity, confidence, and inner stability. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist. It means recognizing your feelings without allowing them to dictate your behavior. It's about creating a pause space between stimulus and response, where clarity and choice reside. This simple practice of pausing can radically change how you interact with the world. Consider driving in heavy traffic. Someone cuts you off suddenly. Your instinctive reaction may be anger, even aggression. But Stoicism invites you to pause. Ask yourself, will reacting improve the situation? Most likely it won't. By choosing calm over impulse, you retain control, not just of the moment, but of yourself. This is the essence of Stoic strength. Not the absence of difficulty, but mastery in the face of it. Not control over the world, but command over your inner life. When you learn to pause, to reflect, and to respond with intention, you become unshakable. Life will still test you. People will still disappoint you. Circumstances will still change. But when your strength comes from within, nothing external can steal your peace. This is Stoicism, not just a philosophy, but a way of living. And when practiced daily, it leads to a life of calm power, quiet confidence, and lasting inner freedom. This is Stoicism, not just a philosophy, but a way of living. And when practiced daily, it leads to a life of calm power, quiet confidence, and lasting inner freedom.